Well, it is being described as one of the most lavish wedding extravaganzas of all time. Amazon boss Jeff Bezos is marrying Lauren Sánchez in Venice this weekend. A whole red carpet's worth of A-listers have jetted in for the festivities, but not everyone is happy.
The Amazon tycoon's wedding was never going to be a low-key affair. And Jeff Bezos and his fiancée have made the canals and palazzos of Venice their own. Among the famous faces joining the party, a clutch of Kardashians, including Kylie Jenner, Oprah Winfrey, philanthropist Bill Gates, and former American football star Tom Brady. But protesters have also been out in force. This farmer scaled a flagpole in St. Mark's Square to protest against the dominance of the world's richest 1%. Many locals are also appalled by the extravagance on display.
Never, like Jeff Bezos, has anyone had this hubris, this arrogance to regard all of Venice as his personal property.
They're
ruining the planet. It's just a money business. What about our grandchildren? What will they be left with?
There's only one thing that rules the world now: money, money, money.
A Bezos look-alike is proving a big hit with a selfie crowd. Venice clearly has more mixed feelings about the real thing.
All right, I want to go now to Alina Trabbatoni. She's a journalist in Venice. Alina, it's good to have you with us. I understand the mayor of Venice says that these protesters are just a minority looking for attention. How much local support do the protests have?
Well, it's got to be said, this wedding is very much on people's minds here, and it's becoming a very divisive factor. Protesters do have some support, but there are a lot of locals as well that say that Bezos's wedding and events like that are actually very good for the economy. Many artisans I spoke to say this is our bread and butter. You know, they're making wedding cakes, they're transporting furniture and the likes. But obviously, the fact that Bezos has come and is getting married here is something that's permitting people to come and air their grievances, because whichever way you turn it, Bezos is a symbol of rising inequality, of multinationals, of globalization, and of multinationals shopping around the world for fiscally attractive countries to be located in.
Yeah, so I mean, you're speaking about a lot there. It's not just over tourism. There's also taxing of the rich or the lack thereof, many things that are culminating in these protests. This wedding obviously involves a lot of security. This is Jeff Bezos, after all. Has it succeeded in keeping the protesters away from the wedding party?
Well, they've been very visually active in the past days in the lead up to the wedding. Now, it's got to be said, the wedding actually only officially kicked off last night with a very small, low-scale, low-key event at a cloisters near the Madonna dell'Orto church. And there weren't any present there, but there was very high security. There were about 100 police from the various forces, including the finance police, the standard police, the traffic wardens. They were all scattered around, so it would have been impossible for them to get through. But there have been some very high-profile demonstrations in past days. One included a big dummy of Bezos clutching onto a very large Amazon box, wearing blue overalls, thrown into one of the canals. So visually very impactful, also considering that all the world's media is here. Another one involved Extinction Rebellion, the climate support group, protesting off a very high crane.
Alina, let me just ask you, I mean, you've probably thought about this too. If I had the money that Jeff Bezos has, I could think of other places that I would have my wedding, maybe on a private island, for example. Do we know why the couple decided on Venice?
Well, it does seem, and they've actually said themselves, that Venice is a very important part of their sort of history. So evidently they have fond memories tied to Venice. And another thing Bezos said that, they're very amazed at Venice. He said this as he was leaving yesterday to go to the evening reception, the first evening reception. He said that Venice touches them and amazes them. And it's actually an incredible city because it's a city that almost shouldn't exist. Now, we all know Venice is slowly sinking into the waters.
Yes.
And to be fair, he has also made a €3 million donation to various funds doing research and supporting the salvaging of Venice.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is hard to beat La Dolce Vita, especially when you've got enough money to pay for it. Alina Trabbatoni in Venice. Alina, good talking with you. Thank you.